Hi everyone. I can understand if you are in a situation where you're already in the Schengen zone or you're planning to go there and you need an extension of your visa. Today I'm going to share a few methods and my own experiences because I have been in the same situation twice and I got my visa extended both the times. You might be on different types of visa and in different situations, so please make sure that you go through all of the methods and see which one suits you the best. And also a disclaimer from my side that this is just from my own experiences and my own research, and it is not to be taken as legal advice. First method is for the ones especially who are on the business or some visa in which they have shown their intention to be related to their work. In this case, you can easily show that the purpose of your visit has been extended and you need to stay for longer. For example, if you were attending some conference or maybe some events and there is some sequence or some next events that are also associated which require you to be in the zone, then you can easily show the proof and request for an extension of your visa. The second method is the one for the tourists, and there are different ways under this method. So I'm going to share 3 ways under this. The first way is that you can show that you entered late into the Schengen zone. For example, you applied for your visa and you were intending to go in August, and maybe the authorities gave you the visa for 1st August, but you entered the region on 15th August. Now your dates between 1st and 15th August went to waste, and you can easily show that to the authorities and ask for an extension for 2 more weeks. This is the most legit case and that can almost guarantee you an extension of the visa. The second one is that you can show that there is some unfinished work or there are some personal reasons that have arisen and require you to stay in the Schengen zone, which means that you can show something like a wedding, yours or maybe somebody from your friends or family, and you can attach the invitation and share that you have some ties with them and you would like to stay. Other reasons similar to this could also be utilized to show that you need to stay in the Schengen zone for a little longer. The third way is to show that you have some humanitarian reasons which are forcing you to stay in the Schengen zone. These reasons can be something like a disaster or very harsh weather, or maybe even a pandemic like COVID happened, and during the COVID period a lot of people got extension of their visas. If there is some sudden death in your circle and that requires you to stay in the region for longer, you can give those reasons and go for your application. The first 2 methods that are shared with you are mostly for visa extension. And the third method I'm going to share is almost like a hack. That is to go for a whole new visa altogether. This can work for tourists as well as for non-tourists. In this case, you can show that you are intending to go to another country and then go for a whole new visa application. I was successfully able to get this when I was in Spain and I was wanting to go to Denmark. So I went to the Danish embassy and I filed a whole new visa application and I got an extension for 2 more months. This may not work for tourists all the time, but if you're able to present your case, then you might have a success. The fourth method is something that I personally experienced and got success from, and it is very specific to the country and to your condition, so you can check out if this applies to you. In my case, I went on a short-term visa to Estonia, and that was a digital nomad visa, and once I reached in Estonia, and I was able to get a new visa for 1 whole year with multiple entries. In my case, I went to the VFS center in India instead of the embassy because I was needing a short-term visa. And then once I reached in Estonia, I applied for the long-term visa at their police office. This may or may not apply to your case or your country that you're traveling to, so make sure that you look out for these options. These are called D visa applications because they are longer than 90 days and you might get them if you are able to present your case to them. Next section is understanding the process of applying for an extension or for a new visa when you are in the Schengen zone. The first step is to understand which authority is going to process your application and be in contact with them. Typically, these authorities can be foreigners office, or they can be border control office, or they can be local police offices as well. Usually they also have some kind of helpline phone number or email address that you should surely reach out to present your case and understand if you do have a chance of extending your visa. The second step is to gather your documents and make sure that you present them properly before your application appointment. Make sure that you understand which documents are required because these may or may not be exact same as the Schengen visa application. For example, you may require some documents that might be additional in your case and you might be required to present those. But some documents that you usually do end up presenting, they are of course the visa extension or the visa application. The second is the cover letter, in which you type out the entire case that you're in and why you're wanting to extend the visa. The third is the proof of funds, to show that you have enough savings or some sources of money which will help you sustain in your time in the Schengen zone. The fourth one is to have your health insurance for the extended period as well, for which you are wanting to have your visa extended. The fifth one is to have the proof of accommodation, which can be an Airbnb or the host giving you a letter to support you for your accommodation. The last step is to have your appointment date set up and present your documents. And make sure that you do not leave the country before you get a decision on your application. I hope this was useful to you, and in case you have some more methods for others, make sure that you comment them down below. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.